How's it going, guys? And welcome back. Hope you're doing well. So today we're gonna do is we're gonna go over my absolute favorite spear build. I know, I know. It's about time. Spear enjoyers, this one is for you. I'm somewhat of a spear enjoyer myself. Until obviously I picked up dual wield, but anyway, I still like spear, by the way. But just there's some things about it that really inhibit me from really fully enjoying it. But I'll go over that maybe in this video, maybe another one. We'll see what happens. But anyway, before we continue, as you may know, I do like to do unscripted content, so if it does get a little long-winded, I will leave the chapters down below for easy navigation. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. So here's the build. So it is so we'll start with the weapon, Fallen Lord's Spear, which gives after image. And then I'm not too concerned with the charged attack fury accumulation. I don't use charged attacks very much. Yeah, mainly what we're concerned with here is after image and the 2-piece, which gives us stamina recovery rate for 15 seconds, 25%. The helmet is going to be the second piece of that Fallen Lord set, and the reason why we're going with the helmet is not so much for onslaught, but for the stamina recovery for 100 stamina per brink dodge, and it gives us the 2-piece bonus. So really, like, genuinely, onslaught isn't really that. It's nice, right, because it adds to the stamina, but mainly what we're concerned with is we get the brink dodge stamina recovery, and it gives us the 2-piece. But onslaught is nice though for our stamina management. Then we have a 4-piece crushed dreams, because we do like the lightning. Lightning is very fun. It's flashy. We enjoy that. Aesthetically pleasing. That really genuinely, like, that's really what I have the lightning on there for, right? Just because it looks cool, and if it looks cool, right, we play more and it's more fun. And then the jewelry, we have a 2-piece Faded Memories for brink dodge fury accumulation, right? Because the more fury skills we can use, the more stamina we can regen while we're using our fury skills, right? And as an added bonus, we get an additional 200 flat stamina there from the fixed attributes. Don't really care very too much about the enraged damage increase. We shouldn't be that low stamina very often. But a quick note, the reason why I chose to use the 2-piece Faded Memories is because I didn't really, because you might think, okay, well, the 2-piece gives you 0.3 fury accumulation, but if I just put on Elamain's ring, I get the 5-piece, which is fury accumulation 0.3. The reason being is because I didn't want my necklace to just be useless, so I get some extra stamina from the fixed attributes, and then I still get the 2-piece fury accumulation as I would from the 5-piece crushed dreams. Now, I want to go over the main reason why this is my favorite build for spear is because it doesn't really it's not stacking massive amounts of damage or anything like that. But the reason why I like this build is because it is trying to maximize just your stamina, right, and your fury accumulation. So the idea is to give you all the resources you need, being fury or spirit and stamina, to just keep attacking however you want. That's the beauty of the build. And again, if you've been watching the channel, you may have noticed that it's kind of a theme where I'm not really so concerned with damage as I am just having the resources to play the game how I want to play, right? That to me is how I have fun with the game. I personally don't have fun just like 2-tapping bosses and it's like, just doing extreme amounts of damage. I just like to have all the resources and to be able to just keep attacking and play out the fight how I want, right? I don't like being limited in how I can play like that. So that's the build itself. I'm going to go over a couple things that I really like with the build. And this is my tree, just so you know. Because this is my first like real spear video, I'll go over a couple things about spear that I like, that I don't like, actually. But before I do that, I'm going to go real quick to the 2 skills that we get. So after image Now, it does say the timing window for brink dodge is increased furthermore from Moonlight Step After Image, but the frames on dodging with spear are already pretty generous. It doesn't always count as a brink dodge, but the iframes are extended, right? So even if you don't brink dodge, you still get a good iframe window. But again, they're already pretty generous. That really is not the reason why I like Afterimage. The main reason I like Afterimage, and this plays into the theme that I was just talking about, is the dodge attack used immediately after a brink dodge does not consume stamina. That to me, genuinely, that right there is if Afterimage only had that, I would use it, because as you'll see in the footage as well, I love using quick slash. I will use quick slash every single opportunity I get. So, and again, you can see in the videos the amount of times that I use this, the amount of stamina that I'm saving from Afterimage is just bonkers. Like, that is the main reason why I love Afterimage. It doesn't consume stamina on your dodge attack, so that way you can, it basically extends your stamina bar, right? Like I talked about in a lot of my dual wield videos, it just extends your stamina bar. It allows you to continue attacking more and more. So that's the main reason why I like Afterimage. Now, Onslaught. Again, this one isn't as important, but the main reason why I like this is that you can see here the stamina recovery rate of Moonlight Stance Vitality is increased. So gain increased stamina recovery rate while Moonlight Stance. So that is further increased with Onslaught. As a small side note, Crimson Strike no longer cancels Moonlight Stance. That is nice, right? That's just an added bonus. But the main thing about this is that we get additional stamina recovery rate. So with Onslaught and our two-piece Fallen Lord and our brink dodge stamina recovery from our Fallen Lord's helmet as well, really is going to help us maintain that uptime on our stamina. And then as an additional benefit, right, we do get Fury. We do recover stamina while using Fury skills, which with Spear, we use a lot of Fury skills. So that is the build in a nutshell. Again, I'm not too concerned with damage. I just want to play the game and I want to attack and do the things that I want to do as I'm fighting, provided, right, that I'm brink dodging and getting that Fury back while I brink dodge, right? You still have to work for it, you know what I mean? But a couple things with Spear in itself. Again, if you're new to the channel, I like to play really fast. I like to play as fast as I possibly can. So I do like Spiral Thrust, but I do not upgrade Spiral Thrust completely because it takes a century and a half to activate. Or I shouldn't say to activate, to complete the attack. It's so slow, so it looks awesome. It looks awesome. It sounds cool. I just wish it was faster. So I always just do the just non-upgraded, just one quick Spiral Thrust, boom, good to go. Another note on Spear, I never use Eagle Wind. Again, it's just slow, so I personally don't like it. I'll probably make a video in the future just demonstrating some fight footage with it, but if I'm, just playing, I never use it. Again, I just like to play as fast as I possibly can, and it's really slow, so I don't like being kind of bogged down with it. And then it also ends up being kind of a commitment, right? Another thing I very rarely use is Full Moon. That's why I only have 1 point in it as well. The charge is pretty fast, right? It's not too slow, but again, still, I don't like, even fully upgraded, right? It doesn't consume as much Moonlight Stance duration, but I still to me, it's not worth it. I don't really care about the stagger. I don't need the enemy to be staggered or anything like that. But it does do a lot of damage. It is a good skill. I'm not going to lie, right? It is a good skill. I just personally don't use it. So other than that, because that's mainly, when you look at my skill tree, you may have those initial questions. So I just wanted to get those out of the way. Other than that, guys, one small thing that I'm just going to throw out there is huge letdown. I've always wanted to see the second part of Fallen Lord Spear, Charged Attack Fury Accumulation. I'm just going to throw it out there. look, the Fallen Lord set, as you guys, go through the set, it's about Full Moon and Spiral Thrust. I wish they would change Charged Attack Fury Accumulation on the Spear. If there was another, like a red skill, right, down here for Spiral Thrust to make it instant. If you could instantly charge Spiral Thrust, that would be so cool. Just saying, look, if there's, in the future, anyone, I don't know. If it happens, that'd be pretty dope. Be okay. That out of the way, guys. That is the build. You'll see again in the fight footage. My biggest thing about Spear that I would say, just a big tip, is know your recovery times on your attacks. Some skills don't activate as fast as others. Some have much longer recovery frames that it's slower to attack with a regular attack rather than a spirit skill. Some spirit skills faster than regular attacks. I don't know. I might do, because there's a lot that I would say about Spear, and I would break it down. I might do a video in the future about critiques of weapons, but for now, I'm going to try to keep this one a little shorter. Enough ranting. I don't want to get too off on a tangent, but yeah, guys, have 3 fights for you. One with Reese, one with Gwydo, and one with the Saint of Sin. Unfortunately, my weapon's really strong. I can't craft a one with less damage. It's like 100 less damage, so I didn't really, care that much. So the fights are kind of quick. But hopefully, if we get Infinite New Game Plus, I don't know, copium. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoy the fights. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to answer. Yeah, other than that, thanks again, and I will see you in the next one.